Welcome to Obscured Reality with Mark and Stephanie. From UFO sightings to the lost city of Atlantis, from alien encounters to the living dead, each episode will leave you questioning reality. If you're ready to explore the eerie, tune in to Obscured Reality, where mysteries come alive.
The fuck was that face?
Oh yeah, Obscured Reality's back. We're back. We're both back. Exciting times we're living in, huh? Oh yes. Oh, you guys know what we're talking about. Drones, mysterious drones, crazy effing drones everywhere across the land. Nobody knows what's going on, and they are mysterious. Are they? No. I am sorry. We're doing a show on this. I did not want to do this. I was trying not to, but so much has happened in the last few days, and it's complete BS, guys. I'm gonna give you some opinions at the end of this because I think there's a few very valid theories on what's happening right now, and I'm not the only one saying it. And Stevie, do you have any clue on what's happening? You've got to have some clue.
No, I know what's going on.
Okay. Well, we have videos, we have pictures, and we have examples, and I'm going to show you some stuff to explain exactly what's being seen and what's really not probably happening. So let's just get right into it. No delay. I'm going to bring up a video here. So I put together a bunch of clips, news clips, news clips, photos, videos of stuff that's allegedly being seen that's mysterious. I firmly believe it's not mysterious in any way, shape, or form. And let's see what's going on. There is audio. We'll be pausing. I think we have about 6 to 8 clips of, from the news or TikTok. And when I say TikTok, it would be the legit ones that have been on the news, things like that, things we've seen on different articles, different channels. Let's just go. Here's the first video, guys.
White House National Security Communications Advisor and Assistant to
I'm
the
going to stop it right there. Pay attention to things, her and him. I say her because I'm going to prove that she is either full of crap or very dumb, or prove that she's full of crap and that the news agency itself is doing zero background on any of this. They're not looking into any of this, trying to verify anything. Getting even one person who in the office who is not even an expert in photography could tell them half this stuff. And I'm going to prove it to you with photography of my own. John Kirby, we'll find out who he is if you don't already know. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to put this in your head because it's in my head and I can't let it go, and I don't want to interrupt it for this.
Right.
I have not ever been able to take this guy seriously. The reason? The look on his face. He has that smug, arrogant kind of s-eating smile 24/7 every time he talks. I have a very hard time trusting this guy. I've never been able to. Let's see what we got to say here.
President John, good to have you with us. What do you make of the reaction? A lot of people were unhappy with that comment that you made yesterday and felt like you were, telling people that they were nuts or that they didn't know what they were seeing with their own eyes.
Oh, no. Look at that smug look on this guy's face.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. No, Martha. Sorry.
Reiterating the FBI and what the Department of Homeland Security have relayed to us about what they've been able to corroborate. And we haven't been able to corroborate everything.
Everything.
Of the corroborated sightings have turned out to be piloted aircraft. I didn't say all of them.
I didn't say all of them.
Sorry, I am mocking this guy a little too accurately. I hate my face right now.
Yeah, well, this guy, man, he's
fucking dude.
Yeah, let's keep going.
And what I said was those are the ones we were able to corroborate. There's certainly ones that we have not been able to, and we don't know the answer to it. And I strongly recommend that for folks that are seeing these things and documenting them, to share that as they can with Department of Homeland Security and the FBI.
All right, well, let's
the
do that.
investigators.
Let's share it with you right now. Let's put up this photo. This is the close-up one. Here we go. This is in Bernardsville, New Jersey.
Okay. First clip they're showing. Please pay attention to this because I have something to show you in a few minutes related to this. Please pay attention to what you're looking at. Pay attention to what this chick is saying.
So, John, are you able to see this photo?
No, ma'am.
You don't have a monitor there?
No, actually, I turned the monitor off. It distracts me.
Yeah, little interview on the news channel. Oh, I can't see it because I turned my monitor off. Give me a break, man. How about that's totally fine, but how about now you say, no, I turned it off. It's distracting, but let me turn it on to look at this picture. Nope. Let's see.
I didn't.
All
see it, I'm
right.
sorry.
Well, you'll have to take a look at it after, but I can describe
Listen
it
to
to you.
this.
It is large. It has a white bar that goes through the middle. The right-hand side is half lit up white on the top and red on the bottom. The other side is green.
Stephanie, what do you get from looking at this picture and hearing her description? Or do I need to rewind that?
A plane,
You didn't hear her description.
a white bar in the middle.
Uh-huh. Let's do the description
Santa Claus?
once
I
more.
don't fucking know.
Here we go.
You don't have a monitor there?
No, actually, I turned the monitor off. It
Part.
distracts me, so I didn't.
All
see it, I'm
right.
sorry.
Well, you'll have to take a look at it after, but I can describe it to you. It is large. It has a white bar that goes through the middle. The right-hand side is half lit up white on the top and red on the bottom. The other side is green.
She said a white bar in the on the bottom. The right's white and red, the left's green. What do you get from that description? Anything at all?
No.
No. Okay, you said plane earlier.
I
Do
mean,
you
a plane
think
that
this
like someone like took a slightly long exposure on? I don't know.
No,
It was like
No,
I don't-
this is either a snapshot from someone's video or they actually took a picture. My
no,
guess,
and I don't know.
snapshot from the video. Now, it could be either though. She's essentially saying that what you're seeing is one solid object as it appears in this photo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she's saying. And that is 100% from the truth. This is simply someone taking a picture of a drone or a plane or something, probably a plane,
Mhm.
moving past, and its motion. They're not moving as quick as the object, or they're moving quicker with the camera than the object, or they're not moving at all and the object's just going through the photo. It's similar to taking a long exposure photo, but it's
Okay.
not a long exposure photo.
Got
It's
you.
the movement of this thing. It couldn't capture, their frame rate wasn't quick enough to capture the actual object. Had they kept the camera steady with the object, you'd be able to see the object. So what you get instead is the streaks of light from any light source on that craft or object. And I'm going to
Okay.
prove this to you in a bit. That's all this is. 100% guaranteed. I put my life on that one. And she's saying,
So what would that, you're a former military person yourself. You're an admiral. You're the White House National Security Communications advisor. I'm sure you have seen some of these images. So what is that we're looking at?
keep in mind, he's not going to be able to accurately answer this question because remember, his monitor is too distracting, so
And
he
he's
turned
turned
it
it
off.
off.
He's not looking at this damn picture, okay?
No.
Difficult for me to tell you, Martha. We don't really know. It is possible that some of these things could be commercial drones, developed for commerall purposes. It's possible that they could be owned by private citizens.
But why don't we
and be
know,
some sort
John?
of
That's
drones.
the point. Why doesn't
They do know. He's said it. You could say, I mean, they've already said these are drones, guys. And there's more that's come out in the last couple days, especially the last day or so now. They're like, yeah, no, definitely. We've seen nothing to indicate any nefarious intent. We have zero evidence that this is some other country. And something else I
Yeah.
want to point out. We have not seen one real video of this stuff happening where it's the bunches of them in the sky at the same time, because that's what continuously is being reported. Like there's this huge influx, just tons and tons. One person said they saw 50 of them rise up from the ocean. They don't know if it came from a tiny boat or something, because if the boat's a quarter mile out, they're not going to see it, especially at night. They're not going to see it at all. It's complete BS. We'll go into it more, but let's go.
Is going right over us right now. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? A drone? Welcome to the New Jersey suburbs, where big, mysterious flying machines appear over our heads.
That's a big, mysterious flying machine. Big, mysterious flying machine right there, guys. Yeah. It's a plane.
Can we go back to the beginning of the clip real fast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. That one
is going right over us right now.
Well, so what they did is they have 3 or 4 different quick snippets of clips in here, so you don't know which one they're actually referring to. Right?
It's a fucking
yeah,
plane.
exactly.
Is it a bird?
It's a plane.
Is it
It's
a
a motherfucking plane.
A drone?
Plane.
Welcome to the New Jersey suburbs, where big, mysterious flying machines
Plane or drone.
appear over our heads at night. All we know
Plane.
is they weren't all there before. They're loud. It is just nuts. They've been going in different directions. What
They
are
go in different directions. Guys, have you ever seen a commercial airliner go in a different direction than another one? Oh my God, this is so mysterious.
these aircraft? It continues to be a mystery. State and federal officials are investigating and say they don't pose a credible threat.
Right.
But
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones
This
are?
guy's just a prick. And he is showing that he has no idea what he's talking about. Not because he doesn't know what these are, because he probably, I think, definitely has zero clue of anything. But he listen to his questioning. He's just clueless.
Are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
It's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
Well, you just said what they are. Drones. Guys, this is rocket science. This is what America today. Okay? Drones. He just said you don't know what these drones are. It's a UFO until you verified it's a plane, a helicopter, a drone, a bird, piece of poop somebody threw in the sky. Doesn't matter. But now you know it's a drone. You now know what it is. Why are you saying we don't know what it is? Let's continue.
and then this from a Pentagon spokeswoman.
At this time, we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary.
She seems very truthful and honest. Just looking at her facial expressions is like, yeah. And that's what we've been hearing all along. And I know from what I've seen, every single one, even the ones that are allegedly truthful, real ones, I have seen nothing unexplainable. And they're telling you it's all explained. It's drones. Most of what we've seen in the videos, this has come from them. They are saying most of what we've seen in the videos is airplanes or helicopters and misidentification, the majority of it. And number one, if you're taking all the videos from TikTok and believing them all, you're a fool. Unsubscribe.
Jesus Christ.
Unless you actually are willing to learn something. Okay. But that's all they are. Drones, airplanes, helicopters. Some of these videos, guess what you hear when they're videoing a commercial airliner going through the sky? You're hearing the engines from that commercial airliner. It's a very distinct noise. We all know it. Yeah. So let's go.
So no, we don't know what they are, but I do know a bit about them after spotting them, talking to residents and experts.
I want to know the experts she's talking to.
What
Listen to the noise. What do you hear? Listen.
is that? Yes,
Let's rewind that.
some of
It's
the
a
videos show
commercial
aircraft
airline.
that
It's a
look
jet.
like planes.
I mean, you can tell by the noise.
Talking to residents and experts.
Listen.
What is that?
You can hear the different ups and downs, the pitches in it. It's a very distinct 100%. There it is. All right, now they bring up these photos.
How do
okay?
people not understand? How do people not know the sound of planes? Like, do they?
No. It's not a matter of that they don't. We'll go into some theories after this. This is ridiculous, man. Now, I'm not going to say anything about the one on the right till we watch the video, but the one on the left would most likely be a drone. And I'm going to prove that to you in a little bit. Even though you're looking at that like it's a triangle. What do you mean it's a drone? Oh, I'm going to prove it to you.
Yes, some of the videos show aircraft that look like planes.
Now, the one on the left does actually kind of look like a plane, and you cannot go by what appears to be a triangle in the middle. It is most likely an artifact of
The light.
the light. No focus. Happens all the time, guys.
And some of them definitely are regular planes.
Good. Truth for
But
once.
experts who have
Wow.
seen the reported drone footage categorize it into two buckets. Quadcopter
Those are the one on the right's definitely an airplane. That's exactly what an airplane looks like when it's coming into land.
and fixed-winged aircraft.
That's not true. They didn't say just quadcopters and fixed-wing aircraft. I did read an earlier article from some interview or something. This was like a week ago. They had already come out and said quadcopters and octocopters. What's an octocopter? I'm going to show you. Let's go.
Craft. I didn't see one of the quadcopters, but Melissa
wouldn't
Pedersen
know
in
if you
Chatham believes she did. In her footage, this object goes back and forth in the sky. Experts I showed it to said it did look like a drone. I've spoken to residents in a number of towns up and down the state, and many report seeing similar low-flying
Airplane.
objects. What I saw did not look like that, but it did appear to be
Airplane.
flying lower than a regular plane.
No. Planes fly at every elevation from 0 feet up to a certain height. You know how? Because they have to land and take off. So when you have a plane on final approach, it's going between 2,000 feet all the way nice and slow down to the land. This lady is stupid, or she's in on the game and playing you, probably because she works there and is forced to. Who knows? Or she's lying. She's, I'm so befuddled. Let's go.
There we go. That is low. That's just hovering over something. And there was a lot of activity in the air, far more than usual. And I didn't see a lot of that
Pay attention to
reported
that
on
map.
flight.
That map, I'm going to bring that back up in a minute. Now, she's saying the ones that were seen were checked on a flight tracking app and they weren't there. If it's a drone, it's not going to be on the flight tracking app.
Yeah.
And we already know they've said they're all drones. And not every airplane's going to show up. So if you have a military jet, which any of those could have been flying over, there is a, 50-50 chance they're going to turn their transponder off. A lot of times in my area, they do it. They do it all the time. I know for a fact. The transponder is what's tracking them for air traffic control and things like your Flight Radar 24. If they turn the transponder off, they're not going to show up on Flight Radar or any tracking map. They need the transponder on for you to see that. Let's go. Remember that map. We're bringing back up.
Flight tracking apps with FAA data. At a New Jersey briefing on Wednesday,
Airplane.
officials said the drones fly for 6 to 7 hours at night. They believe they're coming in from over the water.
These are apparently as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get
I should have taken something for anxiety. I'm going to restart this guy. Man, I got to restart that.
as I understand it, very sophisticated.
Very sophisticated. I'm going to show you some stuff in a little bit. And even though it looks super sophisticated, I know for a fact, personal experience, it's not that sophisticated. This is a good example of your older male who has zero clue on technology, because when he was a kid, he was riding his bike to school over the hills and through 2 mountains because his parents made him, and he doesn't progress with the times. I think these statements prove this. Watch.
The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark.
Then why do we have so many videos and pictures of them? The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark? I've not seen one example of that. Oh, I just turned my camcorder on. The drone, the mysterious drone's in the sky. I'm going to point my camera, and you get there, and boom, it blinks out. No. How are you catching them on camera? If they're disappearing the second you get eyes on them. Not one thing any of these people are making any sense.
With all the attention in the state, many have taken to social media to report drone sightings. For the past few nights, my Ring app has been full of alerts, though many do seem to be plane sightings. The White House on Thursday implied as much.
John Kirby again.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat. We have not been able to,
I do believe him here.
and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
I don't know where he'd get that crazy idea from. Oh, wait. We just saw them all. Most of what you just saw, 90% of that, was airplanes.
Still, mystery drone
Look
sighting.
at that. Still mystery drone sighting with a clear video of a freaking commercial airliner or similar flying overhead. Am I the only one here? Am I the stupid one?
No.
Jesus, man.
Have been seen across the country, including over Langley Air Force Base on Virginia's shoreline in December.
With that being said, over Langley, the government, I believe John Kirby, I could be wrong, they've already said, to clarify, none of these have actually been over any sensitive installation. They've been on the outskirts. They specifically have said they have not actually gone over anything. Pay attention to that. Someone is lying, or multiple people are lying.
November 2023.
People have a right to know, where are these drones coming from? Like, what's the origin of all these drones? What's all this activity? People have seen it. The state police.
But we haven't seen one single shred of video evidence. No. All these drones. So are you telling me if I go throw my drone up right now, my DJI Mavic Pro in New Jersey, it's going to be all these drones? I mean, this is crazy, guys.
Yeah.
Seen them. These are not made up. People are not just making up what they're seeing. Now listen.
Go on TikTok. People are making up what they're seeing. I've done it out of satire in the last 3 days. I've made 3 videos really quick. Yeah, made it up. You know why? Because there's too many stupid people believing this crap. And that is not a jab at stupid people. That is serious truth. It's complete BS. People, we need to smarten up. We need to stop believing everything we see in here, not only on things like TikTok and social media, but the news as well. Because none of these people clearly know what they're talking about, especially the newscaster. She's proven they've not done any research on any of this other than what they've heard. They're not actually looking at things like those photographs, trying to figure it out.
Some of these things could be confused if it's late at night with manned aircraft.
Yeah,
right?
that's hard.
I don't believe all of these are necessarily drones, but there are certainly drones out there.
What happens next? Hopefully we get more info
And
on
you
the
can hear the jet again. Listen real careful.
Oh, I hear it. In the sky. And I get better at shooting aerial objects with an iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Not
That's her. So, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we got 8 videos to
I'm gonna
go through.
lose
Let's
it.
go.
So basically what I've seen regarding the drones is more so just when you're driving around at night and you see the blinking lights up in the sky.
Yeah. That's usually when you see them. When you're out at night, walking or driving around, and they're blinking lights in the sky. Ugh.
And when I was driving home from a friend's house, I saw one that looked about the size of a car.
Okay. So again, how the hell can you tell about the size of a car when it's dark out and all you see is lights.
Again,
if you did, you
we've
did,
already
but
talked
I want
about
more
this
detail.
multiple times. Like depth perception, you have nothing to base distance in the sky on. So how do you know it's the size of a car? Like,
and you don't know what the object is,
right?
Therefore, you cannot accurately
guess the size
if
of
you,
it. Yeah.
If you get it right and you honestly don't know anything about the sound or what it looks like, you can't judge that at night. You cannot accurately do it without it being a good guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fact. That's it. So they obviously decided to interview this kid for a reason.
That was just hovering over Flanders Valley golf course.
It was a circular object.
It was hovering over the golf course. Well, you know what? If I had a large, what appeared to be car-sized drone, which I'm going to show you some octocopters in a minute, and they're massive, guys. They're not a car size, but that could easily be mistaken for it, especially if it's night and those lights are unfamiliar looking. But over a golf course, it's exactly the type of place I would take one of these. Why? Because they're massive, and these ones could probably slit your throat open on accident. So I don't want it around people. And they usually, at least in the past, haven't been as good as like the DJI stuff, but now they've been able to put all that hardware in there, and it's pretty good. I'll show you a video.
Lights all around it, almost like the classic UFO that you would see online.
Lights all around it, like a classic UFO. That's an octocopter. Almost guaranteed.
So I've seen them over my house just about every
This
single
chick's
night
a
for the
winner,
past
too.
2.5 weeks. At first, they were more sporadic. I would see 1 to 2, sometimes 3 of them.
That could be a drone. That could be a drone. You could also be looking at these back two lights, possibly being reflection, having to do with the lens from the other two lights. Happens to me all the time.
And now we're seeing anywhere between 6 to 8 in a single sighting. So they're not.
Now, 6 to 8 in a single sighting
But where's
is
the
interesting.
pictures? Where's the videos?
Yeah, we got everything else, but we never see these mass quantity amounts of drones or
Scary per se. They're not like looking through your window. They're not crashing into your
Yeah.
house. But it's still concerning because there are these mystery UFOs,
It's not a UFO. They're drones, guys. They're identified. They're drones.
identified flying objects flying around that nobody is giving any answers to, and nobody seems to know what.
Man,
I really love how they have her looking up into the sky in the middle of the day. Love
it's
that.
so set up.
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised if this chick lived around here, man, because there's a lot of this crap here. Ugh.
You are. This is something that's either military or beyond.
No, it's not beyond. It's less than military. It's people flying their goddamn drones. And if these group sightings are to be believed, then it's someone that's gotten some software and they're using a computer, doing things such as these, those drone shows they do on the 4th of July or other times. Something similar, so they can do something similar to that. They can go in there and program each of the 6 drones in this case, or 8 or 50, to do whatever the hell they want them to do, usually all in sync, right? But you can program it to go around and do whatever, and same with the other one. So there's no clear pattern and it looks mysterious. This isn't rocket science, man.
These are
Well, for her
huge.
it
They're
is.
not the size of the normal video and camera drones that everyone's used to seeing, the ones that are about this big. These are big. They're the size of small cars. Honestly, we have military. There's helicopters. There's
We
planes.
do?
Somebody needs to go up there when one of those drones are out, get a close shot of it.
They need to go up there when those drones are out and get a close shot. This just goes to show you the level of intelligence in these people. She's not thinking. You can't do that at night. Number 2, you're going to know what in their right mind is going to get a helicopter close to that for any reason. You know why? Because if that thing so much as just breathes on the tail rotor of a helicopter, do you know what happens?
It spins out.
The helicopter goes down. You can't F with the tail rotor at all. She's a moron.
It. Or even, if it's possible, take one of them down. If they truly don't know what it is.
Okay, let's talk about that now. Take one down. Guys,
Pass
pay
it around.
attention here. I'm going to tell you exactly why they haven't taken them down. They haven't been over any sensitive installation. Number one, if they're close, they're legal. Unless there's a helipad or an airport, then they have to be a certain distance away. But they're not over the military bases. So if the military were to shoot one down, imagine this drone just slowly flying over your house. 7:30 at night, your kids are out on the driveway playing. This thing slowly going over your house, high up, right? You might not even know it's there. But the military base, the edge of it's a quarter mile away, and they already see it. And someone, man, they're able to, with that sniper rifle, just get that perfect shot. And boom, brings that thing down, and it hits your kid's head. That could kill your kid.
Yeah.
Easily. So then why would they shoot it down unless it's over their property and they're sure they can shoot it down, number one.
And safely.
And make sure it comes down onto their property. Number two, they're 100% sure they can hit it with that bullet. Because even if it's over their property, they can't just shoot at it unless it's posing a threat. Where do the bullets go when they miss? Over you. Think, people. Think.
It makes no sense. They're not trying everything they can, like the Chinese spy balloon that was floating around for a while, to take one down to get more information.
What we learned this week was that New Jersey lawmakers had a meeting with Federal Department of Homeland.
Whoa, bro's five pad.
That one's done, thank God. Okay, let's get into some real stuff. Now, I'm going to show you proof of everything, okay? This is no joke, guys. How many you see on that? That's an octocopter, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blades. The octocopters get very large. They've been out for a long time. This isn't new, people. I was watching videos of ones this size, probably bigger, over 15 years ago. The video I saw, this guy was flying this thing around a ball field, like a baseball field. He was flying it around the track. I'm going to tell you right now, those octocopters hauled ass. And they're massive. They're massive. They're not the size of a car.
I mean, they also make very massive radio controlled airplanes.
Yeah, we're getting there. Hold up. Wait a minute. We're getting there. Octocopter, guys. Look at the agility.
Sounds like a very pissed off hive of bees.
Yeah.
That
Look at the agility. That's
triggers someone's fucking anxiety with that one. Bees!
Next video.
Tonight, officials in New Jersey sounding the alarm, now calling for immediate action by federal authorities against those mysterious...
What's that? I've not seen an explanation on that. Is that supposed to be a mass sighting? I've
never
not
seen this.
it other than like this on TikTok, and that's it. But they're throwing it in here.
Drones in the skies for weeks now,
Airplane
with no
with the
answers
sound.
about who is behind them. Dozens of sightings reported since last month, including near sensitive military
Airplane.
installations and President-elect Trump's Bedminster Golf Club,
That's a
where
drone.
he resides. Claims made by one lawmaker that Iran is behind the...
Okay. Guys, if you haven't seen this, really, man, watch this. Listen to what this lawmaker... Oh my God.
Y'all
Listen.
voted for this.
Those drones. Our initial assessment here is
Not
that
her.
these
It's a
are
dude.
not
It's coming up.
Airplane. Drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
They are
Unless
not...
it's a flight coming from China. I mean, people. Oh, let's start thinking,
Iran
guys.
has bigger issues than us right now.
Well, not according to the guy who's coming up in a minute.
Pulling
here.
out foreign involvement. Tonight,
I'm going to tell you the real deal.
This is him.
Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones.
Not a
Bruh.
boat, a mothership. So now he is leaving room open intentionally or not intentionally. So when someone says, "You said mothership,
Aliens.
you meant alien craft up in the sky." No, I said mothership. I meant a boat. And then when someone says, "You meant a boat," I said, "No, I might have meant something else. I don't know." So he's either stupidly dumb, out of touch with the times, which is no surprise.
I would say all of the above.
Or he's straight up lying.
All of the above.
Yeah. You pick, man.
D.
Open game. They might all be correct.
That mothership is off. I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones. Is everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this.
I mean,
high sources.
look at that airplane, guys.
Bro, I'm a high source.
Wait. I'm sorry. That mystery drone.
I do like his phrasing, though. I got this from a high source.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm a high source. That don't mean nothing.
You're always a high source.
Yeah. That don't mean shit. That just
let's
threw
go.
that whole argument out the window for him.
Yeah. It's let's keep going.
Now, we know there was a probability it could have been our own government. We know it's not our own government because they would have let us know.
No, they wouldn't.
Would they? Would they? They won't even talk to
Absolutely
you about
the
this
fuck
whole
not.
UFO thing going on.
Yeah.
They won't talk to you about Epstein. They won't talk to you about JFK. They won't talk to you about P. Diddy. Are
Jay-Z.
you kidding me? They would have told you? Who the hell are you?
Yeah, you're nobody, dude.
No. God.
It could have been
His name is Jeeve.
really glorified hobbyist.
Listen to this fool. Listen to this.
Because they would have let us know. It could have been some really glorified hobbyist.
A glorified hobbyist. No. People been doing this for over 15 years with the large octagon ones, guys.
Or hobbyists that were doing something unbelievable. They don't have the technology.
Bullshit. People like me have been doing that for 20 plus years. I've built my own radio controlled planes and flown them and figured out the center. Everything. It's not hard.
It's very insulting to
Jesus.
the intelligence of the American people.
Welcome to America's political
No fucking
system.
shit. I know. I know.
Exactly. It's BS.
I know.
BS.
Oh, I know.
Let's pretend that's possible. The third
Let's
possibility.
pretend. Yes, let's pretend that real life is possible. Okay,
Man.
continue.
Yeah, what he's saying is the U's and I's of the world can't build these. That is a 100% false. False.
Was somebody, an adversarial country, doing this? Know that Iran made a deal with China to purchase drones, motherships, and technology in order to go forward. The sources I have are good. They can't reveal who they are because they are speaking to me in confidentiality. These drones should be shot down.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, this guy, he's another one of the two old male Caucasians in government, needs to go. If you're this asinine and this dumb, you shouldn't be doing the job. I am sorry, but
Not sorry.
this is ridiculous hearing this from these people. This guy, I take him very seriously. Comes off as if he believes what he's saying, and he is dumb. Another example, way too old of a generation that hasn't kept up with the times. And then after a certain age, it's too hard. I can't do it anymore. It was probably difficult for him to get on this call.
Probably, yeah.
Whether it was some crazy
His
hobbyist
Gen
that we can't
Xer.
imagine.
Crazy hobbyist. No.
His Gen Z aide, by the way, got him connected on the call, not him.
Well, exactly. He probably still had a hard time.
Where do I look? Do I look here or here? Sorry.
This guy.
Can't imagine, or whether it is Iran, and I think it very possibly could
What
be.
do you mean you think it very possibly could be? You just said, I have confirmation. There's a mothership from Iran off the coast launching these. What do you mean it could be? You just said it was. What are you
Backtracking.
saying?
Backtracking.
Yes, full of crap.
They should be shot down. We
Idiot.
You should be shut down.
are not getting the full deal, and the military is on alert with this.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Last one, I think, for the videos. Okay. So now we're going to start getting into examples of weird radio controlled stuff.
Yay.
You could easily see, and imagine if you see this one at night with lights all over it.
A monocopter.
This kid builds a lot of weird stuff, and it's actually pretty interesting because all you see is one wing. He's got some type of gyroscope. He's got the whole thing working, so it's easily controllable. I watched the whole video, and it flies because his wing keeps spinning. He's got a motor in there, variable motor, speed control, all that. And he can control it.
Leonardo da Vinci would be so proud of that design.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next one. Look at this one someone built. They're flying at a little show in a gym. Guys, this isn't rocket science. You could build this.
That's so cool looking, though.
Imagine putting this on a large scale with better blades on there to really catch the air and make this thing. What would that look like with lights on it at night?
Wild.
You'd be like,
what the fuck?
Kind of sounds like a drone, but it doesn't look like any drone I'm aware of.
That would definitely, people would be like, that would be alien-esque immediately. Make that thing 10 times, like 3 times larger even. Put fucking lights on that. I bet you could chase someone out of the woods with them screaming they're being abducted.
Yep. Well, let's keep watching here.
Dude.
You put a dress on that and go down a dark hallway.
Oh my God.
Freak people out.
Oh my God.
Okay, here we go. Next one.
Yeah, that was very ghost-like. That was creepy. I will give you that.
Look at how weird those look, right? But do they fly?
They sure do.
Picture lights around that or in that. And that thing at night. You could put 4 lights on it, evenly apart. You'd think it was a quadcopter because you wouldn't be able to see anything but the lights. You put 8 lights on it, you'd think it's an octocopter. You put an LED strip light around it.
You have a UFO.
Flying saucer.
Yep.
Flying saucer.
My God.
I mean, come on, guys. If you're still subscribed to us, then my guess is you're on the same page as us. Let's see. This one's cool. It can do multiple things. This is cool. It can hover without moving because the other blade, the blades are straight up. You tilt those little wings, you got a helicopter. You could fly it like a regular drone also. Tell me what you would think with 3 lights on the bottom of that in the middle of the night. Going from a drone flying and those lights are stationary to spinning around. It's aliens, guys.
Dude, no, but dude, that's
It's
so
cool.
cool. That's like my ceiling fan just became so much cooler. Like,
look at that. That thing was straight up and down and he was flying it.
That's really cool.
Look at this one. This
Yeah.
one's similar, but
All these
I think
different-
we're going to the next one.
Yeah, all these different aerodynamic designs are so freaking cool.
This one has no moving parts. Ion aircraft. I can't explain this because I didn't understand it. It has to do with ionization, which, by the way, I've heard in the last 5 years, they've already started using some of that ionization technology for leading edges on aircraft. A lot less wind resistance. Look at this. Just a bunch of little hair-thin wires and stuff. We've seen stuff like this before. This isn't new, guys. Imagine something like that up
Copper
there.
and wire.
Noiseless. The previous versions, they had said, typically would always have to be hooked up to some type of large amount of power. So it'd have a wire going to it. This one, completely wireless. No sound, no battery, ionization.
That's freaking awesome.
And you can control it.
Dude.
He was able to get that data and figure that out so that you could control it. Look at this. You see it does have a wire attached because it needs some type of electrical thing on this one. But look at this. It wants to go.
Yeah, it does. There's that guy again.
And that other one might not have needed wires. That might have just been to hold it in place. I correct myself. Because I am not a governor or a politician. Okay, so from Fox News, in Southern California Wednesday, federal prosecutors announced the arrest of Chinese citizen accused of using a hacked drone to take photos of the Vandenberg Space Force base from a mile up. That's over by us. Good. Chinese or not. If that's illegal, good job. This defendant allegedly flew a drone over a military base and took photos of the base's layout, which is against the law. The security of our nation is of paramount, blah, 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 blah. Let's go. One more article snippet coming in here. Had to separate these so we could pause. What's that look like? It's a helicopter. The FAA said it is investigating the reported sightings and also temporary flight. Okay, so let's read under here an image from the Bay Shore section of Tom's River of what appears to be large drones hovering in the area at high altitudes. Yes, because that's what helicopters do.
Yeah, that looks identical to a helicopter.
And if it's a drone,
wow,
great. They're not doing anything illegal. This is legal. But look at how much of a stink the news is helping play this whole drama out. Oh, man. This is a good way to get worked up before bed. Okay. Look at this map. I think we saw this earlier, didn't we?
New Jersey.
You notice anything on here? The area of interest wasn't here in the previous photo we saw from the video. Oh, but look what happens to be right here. Oh my God. Lights. They're not airplanes because they can't fly that low. They're that low when they're going to land, guys.
Yeah. As someone who lives by 2 international and 1 regional airport, yes, the fuck they do fly very fucking low. And honestly, it is kind of surprising when they do fly low because not a lot of planes fly into Gary very often. So when I am outside and one flies over, I'm like, holy shit, hello. Like, they're close. And even the ones that are flying into O'Hare on the other side of Chicago, like, I can still hear them.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going deaf because I listen to music too loud. If I can still hear that, then, you know, it's not a mystery.
It's showing this is all BS.
Yeah.
They're lying or they're all just the horribly stupid people.
Oh, you never know.
Yep. Let's see what's next here. Number 4. We got a lot of pictures to go through. Yeah, we already saw this. Nothing to see there, guys. Airplanes, helicopters. And you got to remember, too, when you have a mist in the sky, so for instance, it's been humid here recently. You don't really feel it. It's really cold, but there's been a lot of crap in the sky, and it's not smog. It's the actual weather condition where it looks kind of misty up there, but it's not.
I totally understand what you're saying.
Causes things to look weird. The moon is washed out. Things look like a bluish tint lights. They look different because of it.
Yes, they do.
Here's an example of drones. Here's one of the first DJI ones, the Phantom. Well, there's 4 in a square.
Yeah.
Airplane. Who knows? Drone or airplane? Drone, airplane, airplane. I mean, guys, this one looks like there's jet flames coming out the back, which I would question because of how low that is. That could easily be a radio-controlled hobbyist aircraft. They have them with the cones coming off the back lit up to look like the jet's lit.
Yeah,
that's all you're seeing, guys. That's all this is.
Yep.
Next. More examples. Mysterious drones. Airplane. I mean, here is an example of an octocopter. Now, we're going to see some better ones. We'll see some better ones. But people have been building them for over 15 years. Hobbyists, not crazy hobbyists.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well,
your typical DJI drone, that's the Mavic 3 Pro. It's not that big. Not that big. Now, the DJI Inspire, some of you've probably heard of. This thing's almost $17,000. This is professional for professional videos and stuff to follow cars, on a straight row, blah, blah, blah. You can use it for movies, right? They have a very nice gimbal, very good camera on the bottom, hence $17,000 along with the drone.
Wow.
This is a very large drone. And this one, once it takes off, you see how the landing legs are just below they sit below the body of the aircraft. After it takes off, all 4 go up. So it's like the center stays and the legs go whoop. That way they're not in your shot.
That's
large drone with lights, guys. People do fly them. Next. Just a couple more shots so you can get a idea of what that DJI Inspire looks like. Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, that is really big.
That's large.
Oh, yeah.
Another good example there. It's wider than his shoulders. Come on, guys. Octocopter, more of a simple design it looks like on that one.
Looks like a
just
clock.
So you have examples, more octocopters. My guess is this one is fairly large.
Yeah, it looks like it would be.
It's hard to tell from that picture. I mean, it could be like a mini one. I know it's not, but you know what I mean. Hard to tell from that picture, but they are large.
I mean, with 8 spinning blades, I would assume that they would be. Wow.
Look at him holding that. It's huge.
Yeah,
it's
it
massive.
is.
Look at the blades on that. You think they're going to shoot that down because it's near a military base? You have a lawmaker saying, they're not going to shoot that thing down. You know what's going to happen if that falls from 400 feet onto your child.
Slice and dice.
If those propellers, they don't even have to be spinning. That could kill you. Let's continue. Man, these people. Look at this radio-controlled airplane. That's all it is. Used to fly them. And the wing design on this with the in parts kind of slanted up, meant for lift. It's going to stay up longer, potentially. Little blade on the back. I mean, I guess I got to make the noise. There's the Army guy throwing it. Yay, good for him. Oh, people. Now we're going to get in some very large radio-controlled planes.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah,
I have
guys,
seen these.
They've been flying them these size for over 20 years.
Yes, they
over
have.
30 years.
Yep.
This isn't news, guys.
No.
Imagine putting what appear to be FAA strobes on this, the red, the green, the white, and flying this over a city. It's an airplane, guys. This isn't hard.
And those fuckers can go really far too. Like
another one, a biplane.
Dude, yeah, look at that shit.
Radio
fucking controlled.
Nobody's in it. From the ground. It's a plane, guys. Just examples of how large people make these. Because they're fun to fly. Look at that, a Concorde. I mean, the 2 in the sky I think have been shopped in there. But a Concorde. I mean, it's huge. It's massive, guys. They have They have commercial airliner replicas. I've seen them. They're cool and fun to fly. Bunch
They're
of
so cute.
medium-sized ones.
Look at them. They're so small. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Aerobatic stunt plane there, guys. Oh, I could do some crazy things at night if it had lights on it. Just another example of these crazy hobbyists doing crazy things. He's just building a model airplane, guys.
Yeah, that one is. It
This
looks
is
like
where
a
you
passenger
start.
too. Passenger plane
Yeah.
there.
More military. This is where you start, and you put the stuff in as you go. It's not hard. But according to some lawmakers, us stupid people couldn't do that. Look at that thing. Nobody sits in that. Look at it. Huge.
Yeah.
Massive.
It's a fucking C10 model. What the fuck?
Okay. We're working on the language, guys.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, now I'm going to show you some photos I've taken. This is an open exposure.
Yeah, it is.
Facing a runway with the planes coming down. Open exposure meaning you're leaving it open for a period of time, 5 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, depends on the conditions. This is what you get. You don't see the plane in there. You see the streaks of light from the light sources. You got the 2 on the ends. You got the middle ones on the rudders or the tail. The landing light in the middle. This is open exposure photography. You see all the streaks on the ground, those red and white ones? Those are cars on the freeway. All these are cars on the freeway. This is simple, guys. And I'm getting to a point. That first picture you saw from that newscaster, the white bar. So here's another plane coming in to land. This is just like 150 feet above my head.
It's
this is looking the opposite
red,
direction.
white, and green.
Yeah. So look at the red strip. Every time it flashes white, you get the little dot because that goes away and the red stays on longer. Same on the green side. The landing lights are on. That's why you have the long white streaks.
Look at that.
Next. Yeah. It looked really cool that night too because it looked like stormy with those clouds. Okay.
ER. That's cool.
Here is an example of what myself and someone else did when we went to Lake Havasu. Really cool sunrises, right?
Yeah.
And the sunrise you're seeing here,
that's so pretty.
You didn't even see that. That was from leaving the exposure open.
Yeah.
It was still completely dark. That's what good cameras
That's a sunrise. It looks like a sunset. That's beautiful.
That's a sunrise, but the sun's not even up. Those clouds to the visible eye, they're not
there.
even lit yet.
Wow.
They're not even lit.
That's awesome.
So this is an example of open exposure. You put the camera on the tripod, you tweak the settings, and you leave that thing open so it's constantly taking in all the data, right? And then what we did is we got a drone, flew it out over there, and drew initials in the sky. And then whoop, go off in the distance. Open exposure. You see how the lights look at.
Yep.
The drone has
red and green and white
flashing lights. Let's look at some more. I have some other ones that are really cool. I'm not going to show them on here. We did with the drones. Here's another example.
Doing the lights
just some
on
weird
the water.
designs.
Oh, that's so
You can
pretty.
even see the reflection.
That's really
Open
pretty.
exposure.
I like that.
You can get a similar effect. Not like this, but a snippet of this just from not matching the speed, the frame rate, or the speed of the object in the sky like we saw in the first photo. Let's keep going.
The pink and the blue in the sky are just wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they look really cool.
Your fireworks. Yeah, your fireworks shot.
This isn't a picture of a bunch of fireworks going off at once. This is an open exposure shot. So I left the lens open or the camera open for, I don't remember, 10, 15, 20 seconds. And phew, boom, phew, boom, phew, boom. And they're all captured.
At one time.
This is...
That's cool.
And, the point is, look at the streaks. The streaks weren't there. They were boom. Now, these ones were there.
Right.
But let's go on to another one. I think there's something particular in this one. Yes. So, same thing. Open exposure fireworks. This is not a great photo, but I wanted to point something out. You see this little white dot here?
Yeah.
Okay. This camera is on a tripod. When you do an open exposure, you have to have it on a tripod.
Yeah.
Preferably with a completely wireless remote, so there's no touching of anything. You back away, and that's that. So this camera's not moving, and look what we get from the shot. A streak of light in the background. No, it's not. It's a white bar. John Kirby, how do you explain a white bar, a tic-tac flying in the sky? This is exactly what you saw, but it was an airplane. This would be an airplane as well, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly a helicopter. Guys.
Possibly a helicopter. Oh, no,
Possibly
it's
someone
a
else's
UAP.
drone. Yeah, it's UAP. Oh, man. We're getting there. Almost there. And here's a really cool one. This is similar to the first one you saw. This is about 2 years ago. We had a fire in a canyon down by the ocean here. I was able to get out there. Fire's just blazing, smoke everywhere. And because it's night, they weren't really flying aircraft on this fire much anymore because it went to nighttime, right?
Yeah.
But they had one helicopter sitting up on the hill, and in the canyon, a bunch of firefighters and in groups with flashlights marking different areas. This thing was going up to the top of the hill on the opposite side of the canyon from me, and coming down, dropping water or whatever. But that white light on the helicopter flashes, it goes brrr.
Yeah.
You get the red, green,
Yeah.
That's what you see. There's all those white dots. It's just going pop, 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 pop. And there's the
four
other
little
lights
dots.
flashing.
That's cool.
And actually, this one I don't believe was a fire. This was something else, but it's the exact same. It's helicopter. I think this was a sheriff's helicopter orbiting by us. But the other ones are going to be the fire. It's the same thing, helicopter. Simple, guys. Simple. Simple. So this was taking open exposure. So again, on a tripod, not touching the camera, open exposure of bioluminescence in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't much where I live. It was very faint, so it was hard to do this without it looking
That's actually
crappy.
cool that you guys even have some, though. I didn't think that California
It's an
did.
ocean. Yeah, man. We got things in California. Indianans would never know, like Disneyland.
Been there.
So the point of this picture, though, is to show you, while I was trying to get the bioluminescence, airplane going this way, airplane going this way, major airports in the area, including international ones. Look what they look like in the sky. But if you just take that photo right there, send it over to that first news anchor we saw, she'd probably have a heart attack. She couldn't ever consider, of course, it's something very
Man-made.
realistic.
Oh, wow.
At all. No, can't be mysterious, crazy people doing this.
Cars.
Open exposure from our deck down to the street. Looked really cool. Cars going by. Next one, same thing, but with a car turning out. Looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
This one looks a bit. I like this one better. Stop. Another example of a radio-controlled plane.
It looks like a foam plane that you would toss at your friends at school.
Yeah, this is a triangle.
It is.
Put 3 lights
Very
on
good.
it. You got a large flying triangle, even though this one's small. Guys, you got to remember, points of reference. You don't know what it is. You don't know how close or far away it is. You'd probably hear this thing if it's close enough. You'd probably be able to tell from that it's very close. But imagine if you turn that motor off. It was high enough up, it could glide for a while. There's a little breeze. You pick that up and glide. Hear it. Oh my God, Phoenix Lights have come to your hometown at a movie theater near you.
Oh, man. Check your local
I'm just saying
listings.
that's what this all is, man. These people. Look at the one on the right. That's the point of this picture. You can make any of this stuff and fly it. It's mostly made out of foam. Back in the day, I went to one of these stupid radio-controlled airplane air shows, and I say stupid because the announcers at those things are horrible, man. And I saw a flying lawnmower. Wasn't a real lawnmower. It's made out of EPP foam, and they
Right,
put the
but-
freaking blade on the back, propeller, ailerons, rudder. It looks like a lawnmower flying through the sky.
That's actually
Guys,
kind of fucking cool, actually.
This is
hilarious.
This
Sorry.
has been going on for a long time.
That is really cool. Yes, it has been going on for a long time.
Yeah. So to tell me the military, the government, or hobbyists can't do what you're seeing in the sky is complete horse donkey. Complete.
I really still want to see this. Like, I have a visual of it in my head, and man, if we can make that fly, then
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't made pigs fly yet.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of the clips.
Yay.
You could make a flying pig.
Clearly.
I mean, it wouldn't be a real pig, right?
Clearly,
But
I mean,
you
we've
could
made a flying
100% guaranteed.
fake lawnmower.
Yeah.
So why
Guys,
not?
if you know anything about aircraft, I mean, a helicopter is the most unaerodynamic, shouldn't fly vehicle. And you think they can't do this stuff? This is what we're seeing. So let's go into it a little bit. There's theories floating around out there. I have some of my own that are not, other people are saying the same thing. It's not just me, right? Personally, I think the highest chance is that they are screwing with us. And by they, I mean the government. I think there's a good chance this is being done on purpose. Now, that doesn't mean there's these mass groups of drones out there. That just means they're putting it out there into the ether that this is really happening, I have a feeling they're trying to screw with us. Now, we also just saw in the last 2 days, they're done, right? So we're not getting into politics like pick sides and all this BS. I don't care who you vote for, guys. In the last 2 days, we have seen the current administration playing childish games just to get back at the incoming administration. For instance, today, the new article was all the remaining steel and supplies they have from when the border wall was initially being constructed under the incoming person. They're selling off the remaining that they can just to screw with him. So when he gets in office, he's got to make Mexico pay for it again or something. I mean, it's not going to be hard for him to do, guys. And this is the childish games that even people who are on the left have seen, which is why they switched their vote this time around. Thank God they did, because forget about the incoming, but what has been there and was gonna come in, not good. They've blatantly in the last couple of years shown you, they've proven to you they don't care about you. I think there's a good chance they're up to this. Whether there's anything really going on in the sky or not, they know that if they put the satanic panic out there, everyone's going to jump on board because everyone's got a camera in their pocket. They'll be like, I saw a drone too, Mom! Video, TikTok. Half the goddamn country believes it. I really think there's a good chance of it. Some type of psyop, if you want to say like that. Nothing crazy. There's a possibility it could be from another country. Hear me out. They're not flying over here from another country. They're already here. So we know China has sent people over here to buy up large plots of our land. Mm-hmm. This has been high in the news the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. And there's even one we saw where like huge plots of land, the buildings or homes are in the middle of the land, so you can't get anywhere near those. And people watched them for a little bit, and they're like, we don't see any activity. What are they doing? The common idea has been, or opinion has been, they're probably spying. People have been pissed off because our government is allowing them to do this. They could easily have drones. Hell, we know China has their hands in every single business in their country, and they essentially can control it all.
They do.
Imagine them having their hands into DJI's pocket. Of course they do. Guess what? You think these guys on our land buying all this crap up can't get 1 million of these at a much cheaper price than they're going to give them to Americans? There's a good chance one of them, they could have bought some property in that area, and that's what's going on. I'm not saying that is, I'm just saying it's a possibility. What's the other possibility? Since we've seen zero proof, zero evidence of these mass groups of them, literally nothing. And everything else we're seeing is planes, helicopters, drones. What's the other possibility? It's just normal everyday people like you and like me flying our drones for everyone to see because it's fun. You can get good shots of things that you can't get otherwise. You pick. Right now, my gut feeling, they're trying to play us for a reason. And that reason could be to screw with and cause some type of chaos or problems as the new administration comes in. Or there could be some other reason behind it. I don't know. Stephanie, what do you think about all this crap? I think this is amazing. Mainly hearing these fools talk on news shows about this, and everyone doesn't have a clue. There's an Iranian mothership off the East Coast. Doom and gloom again. Satanic panic.
Yeah.
What do you think about
this? Yeah, satanic panic. I absolutely detest that phrase in every way, shape, and form because of the damage it's done to so many people. But yes, in this instance, it fucking fits. It's fear mongering. It's satanic panic. It's causing chaos to distract us from something else.
Yeah. Another CEO just died. I heard from was it one of the Bitcoin companies or something? Allegedly, I'm not
I didn't hear
positive
anything
on
about
it.
that. I know that
Exactly.
Rothschild died.
Exactly. You didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah. Well, good.
Because it's not being put out there. Because this is just taken over. That's the point.
Yeah, I've heard a couple different theories. Like they're making a huge stink about it and acting stupid because they're trying to, I guess, like distract us from the fact that TikTok's getting banned as of January 19th.
Thank God. I like TikTok, but honestly, there's been too many semi-valid rumors that they're using that to gather data. But the biggest issue for me,
been like they have literally gone to court and like been like, bro, all of your data is here in America. This is a different fucking branch of the corporation.
Here's the big thing for me with TikTok is the majority of it's fake.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake shit on it.
And we are not in the state of mind in this country for what seems like a very large amount of people here that we should be showing them that stuff because they're believing it all. Yeah. Especially these older generations. They don't have the experience with the technology. They don't care for it. They see some of this stuff on the news, which has been pulled off TikTok and is just crap.
The age of AI is not helping though. Like it's not
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fake crap for a long time, and it's getting worse with AI.
No, I feel like they just want to take away TikTok because they don't like the fact that the world is able to communicate like what's really going on in the world instantly with each other. They don't like that.
You know, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I personally, I don't care.
I'm just gonna set my VPN to fucking Canada. Fuck if I care.
Well, but as far as this whole thing that's going on, it's littered with it for like the last week, and most of it's satire.
Yeah,
it's people being sarcastic about it, making fun of the people that believe this stuff.
It's a distraction,
and they're taking clear videos of the exact same things these other videos of commercial airliners.
Yeah,
that's all it is. So I don't know.
It's interesting. I wonder looking back on it, where are we going to be like? That's what they were distracting us from.
Who knows? There's so many things going on, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, maybe with the incoming administration, they'll be able to figure some of this out and find out what's really happening. Now, I'm not saying that it is them trying to pull the wool over your eyes for whatever the reason is. What I'm saying is my gut feeling has been in the last couple days that is what's going on. That's just my opinion. But I'm not even 100% on that. It could be a couple of different things.
We don't think that anybody in the White House has a fucking clue as to what the fuck's going on. I think it's all military or civilian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
it's mostly civilian.
Yeah, Biden ain't got shit to do with this. I don't think they're pulling anything. If anyone's pulling wool over our eyes, it's the military. As always.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see them really. They don't have it.
They don't need to tell us
an agenda. They wouldn't have an agenda to do that. What it would be the military is flying some of these things. They're only flying a very small percentage of what you saw there.
Or.
But it would be the government saying, someone look into it. Oh yeah, it was our guys down at Camp Base 442 out in New Jersey, and the government coming out saying, we don't know what's going on. Nothing nefarious. Nothing to worry about, though.
Yeah, well, the military also has absolutely no reason to have to tell the government as to what they're doing. Like, so.
Well, I mean, yeah, they should be, but either way, what is your? What would be your? I mean, I guess that is your best guess as to what's going on.
Yeah, civilian mainly.
Yeah. So, guys, I mean, approve it in those photos, and if you don't understand them, let me know. I'll explain. Do it on a show. It's too much to type out, but this stuff's easy to do, and especially that lady, in the first video, that was just asinine. The fact that she was saying what she said, it's a white bar, and I understand she might not quite understand that that's what she's looking at, but I know I'm not the only one who knows exactly what I'm looking at there. And there's probably someone in their office that has a clue. They deal with photographers all the time.
Yeah.
we've all seen stuff like that, and that's why you get rid of a lot of good photos, because they got something like that in it, or you're able to brush that out in 2 seconds. I mean, it's not hard, guys. And they act like they don't know what's going on, and she probably doesn't. She's
just a mouth to report.
Yes, exactly. So, man, let us know in the comments what you think is going on. I'm really curious on the opinions as to, do you think this really is a mysterious thing that's happening? Do you think it's Iran? Do you have proof there's a mothership off the East Coast? Do you think it's our government actually purposely doing things, or just saying it's happening? Because keep in mind, they don't actually have to put anything in the air. They just have to get 1 or 2 news agencies to start putting this stuff out, or get one of their hires to start putting this crap on TikTok. And then everyone, especially younger, is going to eat the stuff up and just start putting their own stuff out there. You're never going to be able to differentiate between, what was true to this and what isn't.
Anything for the likes, the views, the comments, the reposts, it's...
Yep, we only do the truth for likes. But I mean, seriously, guys, a little bit of common sense goes a long way, especially with something like this, especially what you've seen happening in the last couple of years. Don't jump on board with anything as 100% fact until it is 100% proven with this stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Again, comment down below. Let us know what you think's going on. You got the email right there, obscuredr1@gmail.com. Shoot us an email if you have a story of your own. Type story in the subject line. Tell us your story. We'll tell it on here for you. If you want to come on, you can do so. Just let us know in the email. It's easy for you to do. We just send you a link and that's it. And you're on. You can tell your own story. We could have a chat, whatever. And yeah. Stephanie, you got anything to add?
Nope.
No, ma'am. All right. We're out of here. We're going to catch you next time.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check back with us often for new episodes. Feel free to drop a comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Obscured Reality.